Once you're above that pro standard, it can sound any dang way you want.
I just said that, didn't I? What's poppin', Yard Gang? We back in the building. They try to take us out, man. Goddamn, laptop broke, PC broke. Asus took 2 months to bring us back on today's episode, man. They talking about 80% of your mixing is pointless. And we just gonna watch this video, and I'm gonna give y'all my input. They get into it.
I recently came across an interview with Benny Blanco. Now, if you don't know who that is, he's a hit songwriter. There's like a running joke that he's written every song ever.
Hey.
And in this interview, he talks about how it's sometimes really easy to write a hit song with these artists. You know, sometimes it comes in like 10, 15 minutes and the song essentially is done. But the
Hey, not every song take 3 hours. Y'all be in the studio, goddamn, smoking a blunt when you supposed to be doing a song. You know what I'm saying?
hard part for him was doing all the producing stuff, you know, adding all the extra sounds, choosing the layers, choosing the kick drum, agonizing over which snare sound to use.
Sound selection. I think I know why he's talking about. Yo, mix 80% of your mixing is pointless. Cause once you got good sound selection, you don't really need to be mixing. I've been telling y'all, don't act like I ain't say it.
And he mentions how he asked his mom once, hey, do you ever notice the kick drum sound in these songs? And his mom, of course, was like, what does that mean? But even more surprising,
Hey, when y'all obsess over things too though, just know that average listeners don't care. Only a mixing engineer knows that this song was mixed poorly. An average listener gonna be like, maybe that's how he wanna record it. Who knows? That might be sauce. Maybe not.
then that was a story he told about how he had written and produced a song and they needed a radio edit bounced out for this song. And he was away traveling, so someone else had to do it. And they made this edit and somehow they bounced it out with the vocals off by almost a full bar, like off time. And he talks about how he was riding in a taxi in Philadelphia or something and heard this song come on the radio and heard that the vocals were off, but they were late by almost a full bar. And he was like, how did this happen? What's going on? But the crazier thing is that nobody noticed and nobody cared. And the song,
Like I said, nobody will know, man. Come on, man. Even if you did like 15,000 revisions, right? People only heard that one. They don't know all the steps you done went through, all the things you done took out or put back in. They don't know, bro. They don't know.
oftentimes, the mixes that I get complimented most on from my discography are the ones that I wish that I could do again and do better. For example, I made this album for a band called Dead and Divine, and for well over 10 years, I've had a hard time even listening to that album, even though I really like the songs, because the snare drum sound just drives me crazy. I wish I could go back and remix that and make the snare sound better. But guess
like
which
that
album
sometimes.
I get complimented the most about the drums on? And of course, it's this way because it's always about the songs. And I know that when someone tells me they love my mix, what they're really saying is that they love the songs enough to even then pay attention to the mix at all. And the more they love the songs, the more forgiving and complimentary they're going to be towards my mix. And when I think about records that are timeless for me, like bands I discovered in high school that I still listen to today, well, when I listen to them now, I'm often like, that's not really a great mix. But I still love the records. I still listen to them. And back when I was a kid just discovering music, I didn't think about the mix quality.
Hey, not everybody got that issue though. I'm gonna tell you right now. There's people that still need to improve. Not everybody got this issue he talking about. So don't you just think like, hey, I'm fine where I'm at. Kelp, you better learn something. You better learn something today.
I didn't care about it at all. I just loved the songs and I was eager to listen to whatever the band put out. So where does this leave you and all of that effort that you put in?
Before bro say something, low. Listen, like back in the 80s, bro, the 70s, they ain't got all these wave bundle y'all got these days, bro, and they still made hits, bro. They still had things sounding fire, bro. They still had sounds people want to replicate these days. So, bro, come on, man.
Well, this is the paradox. Like, I actually do believe that the mix quality matters. You know, there's a reason why some people get paid 10 grand to mix a song, while other guys get paid $100 to mix a song. At the end of the day, this is business, and the guys who get paid the most and who are the most in demand, well, that's because they have a consistent track record of their mixes being at the top of the charts.
Just because the mix is at the top of the chart don't mean the mixes is fire. But if they like it, they like it. And when they talk about I moved it 0.1 dB, I can hear the difference. I can't hear the difference, bro. A bird can't hear the whistle. And he couldn't either. So a lot of things be like, oh, wishy-washy and cap, bro. If you had a good name before everything came in, you'd be at the top. If you a whistle, you're going to have to work your way up. So even if they mess up, it still sound good. I'm just saying.
So yes, your mix has to be good enough. I do believe that there is a
Good enough. I ain't say it. He said it. Good enough. Not top 5. Ain't even no top 5 engineers. Cause like top 5 in what category though? You good at making like ear candy? You good at like your low ends is fire? Like there's so many categories. Like there's no top 5. There's no best. Just be good enough, man. That's all you really need. Good enough. You be in their dose.
standard. I call it the pro line. And if you want your music to be listened to by the general public, you've got to hit that pro line. But once you're above that pro standard, it can sound any dang way you want.
I just said that, didn't I?
Think about this. Nickelback has sold 50 million albums, and I think they have some of the best sounding rock mixes out there. But does it really matter whether it was CLA or Andy Wallace or Randy Staub who mixed it? Like, they're all going to do it differently, but either way, it's still going to sound great, and it's still going to be a hit regardless. But if it just sounded like some amateur dude made a demo in his basement, then maybe no one would listen to it. Now, it's not really easy to hit that pro standard. Like, that's the point of this YouTube channel. That's the point of my premium training courses. It's to get you
the sauce
to that pro standard. But a lot of people are just on the wrong side of this 80-20 rule, focusing 80% of their time and effort on stuff that doesn't matter. And this is a common theme you've heard on my channel. Like, stop obsessing over stupid stuff.
It's my first time watching that video, and I said it. Obsessing. I said it. I don't even know bro age. He don't know me. We ain't call each other. We ain't talk.
You know, all those little tiny EQ notches that you just worked out, well, they might sound better to you when you A/B it, but guess what? They don't matter.
They don't even know.
That's why I'm constantly saying less is more.
I don't know, I keep looking over here, the camera.
Mix faster. Focus on the big picture. Be bold. Make exciting mix decisions. Bring the song to life with automation and make things stand out. Remember that Benny Blanco story with the vocals being off, and ask yourself, if I bypassed half of the plugins in this mix session, would anybody notice? You're all
Nah, bro. Listen, I know sometimes my reverb is like a lot, but I like it like that. You know, I don't like a dry mix. I know people that like dry mixes. I know that's not how most people make music, but that's how I make music. And people still like it. You know what I'm saying? Find how to do the regular slizzle, man. Whatever they do, EQ, compression, whatever. Get it to sound regular, and then add your own twist. And my twist is, I like it a little wet. No diddy. I like it to be like fire, you know what I'm saying? Like, it gotta be submerging, you know what I mean? Like, you just, yeah.
ultimate job as a mixer is to maximize the impact of a song. And that is not something that you can measure technically with meters and frequencies. You can only measure that by the response and the feeling it evokes in the listener. And that's the point. Figure out what the song is supposed to.
The feeling the listener gets. That little slouchy reverb. Hey, man. I don't even know, bro.
To feel like, and then use the sounds to bring that feeling out. Now, this doesn't mean that you're careless about how things sound. You know, for me, I'm striving after excellence. I want my stuff to be the best it can be. I want it.
That's a different problem. You want to put out records, or you want to mix 300 songs and then tell yourself you're good. That's on you.
to compete commercially. I want people to listen to it, and I certainly don't want my mix to distract from the feeling and message of the song. Just like you, I have certain tastes and tendencies about the sounds that I like, and
More reverb. That's me. Pick your own goddamn what you like.
some other people happen to like those sounds too, and that's why they hire me. But the more I do this, the more I realize that there are truly only a few.
Hold on though. Just because I say more reverb don't mean like take over the song. It still gotta be controlled. Controllable. Controllable reverb. That's what I like. I'm not telling y'all to put the goddamn reverb at 100 or 50, whatever y'all, yeah.
Few things that actually matter, and a lot of them don't even have anything to do with mixing. I could keep riffing on this idea, but I want to leave you to ponder this paradox. You have a lot of power with your sounds, and in some ways it really does matter a lot, but at the same time, beyond a certain threshold, it really doesn't matter. It reminds me of a video I published about why you shouldn't worry so much about your low end, which is the thing everyone seems to obsess over, right? It's actually the mid-range that matters, and you can watch that video here, or if you're interested in checking out that Benny Blanco interview.
Yeah, bro. The low end is cool. That's like mostly in hip hop where people want the heavy bass, the 808. Everybody using the same 808 anyway. It don't even matter. The mid range, like he said, if you take out the low, take out the high, what you hear? The mid range. That's the most important part. Without that part, let's just say you got a song right now you mixing. Take the mid range and just duck it all off. The song dies. The song dies.